Okay, how we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Supreme Ambient Light Rejection Screen Paint using ambient light rejection technology gain. I'm looking for something, trying to figure out, I was supposed to grab something before starting this. I think I'm supposed to be looking for my cell phone. My cell phone with the strings on it. String for my cell phone, so I'm going to track that down. All right. Charge time is good on the cell phone. Okay. Okie dokie. Now, we got two screen paints that I'm displaying right now. One is the 92-inch 16.9 Supreme Black Silver, which is a roll-on. And then over here we have the, which is already went into standby mode on my whatchamacallit, we have the black technology, which I'm about to go over there and switch that back over to where it was supposed to be at. That's the screensaver popping on. So let's get that back to where that was at. All right. There we go. All right, so that's switched over by itself. All right, that's okay, whatever. Anyway, so we have two different forms of screen paints out here. Hey, how you doing? So I'm going to show you this right here. Now, it is around 12 o'clock in the afternoon at my house. That is my black technology right there, sitting surrounded in a bed of windows. And this is when I'm sitting down and I'm working right over there right now, actually cutting out labels, extra labels, because all the tracking numbers have been taken care of. Everybody's tracking numbers are done. They're all ready to go. I process those orders early in the morning. Driver comes out and they're out the door, as I promised. Now, what I got to do now is get ready for the next slew of orders that'll be coming in. So that's why I'm cutting out labels right now ahead of time. But this is where I like to sit at. This is my sitting area. I like to sit at and enjoy watching nature shows or some little TV or something like that. Something I can't play because it's copyrighted. A little Dope or Nope or Hunker Down with Steve. You know, I love watching his homestead shows and stuff like that. Well, it's a homestead, but he does those camping, boondocking, that kind of thing. So that's the kind of stuff I like to watch. But I can sit here and watch this in a bed of windows. I don't have to worry about the screen washing out or fading. This is what you call true ambient light rejection technology. Just like when I showed you upstairs with the 135-inch screen and that fully lit environment, playing around with the PS4 for a little bit, I can do the same thing down here on this screen and all this is lighting. And I got window lighting here and right there to both sides of the screens. And like I said, I like to use those veneer curtains because I like to be able to see outside. I don't want people seeing in, but I like plenty of light in my environment. Now, that's the black technology right there on a CHRISTIE projector 18 feet back. And then I got my second CHRISTIE projector. This is a 720p. We're going to be using this one on the 92-inch. If you're curious to see how this screen is painted, I will post that demonstration. Now, this is a screen paint that costs $89 a quart. We sold a lot of that. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate that, people. I really do. Let's go in and let's pull up... let's see, I'm going to pull up a few of these demonstrations right now for this. There we go. I like these particular videos from this right here. And for those of you, I have a few people that come and go, well, it's not fair, Ken, because you're using a 4,000 lumen projector. Don't worry, I brought down the 1,000 lumen projector. We'll do it again on that one too. I always bring out a 1,000 lumen projector, always in any demonstration. Got to pull a 1,000 lumen projector down there. All right, so let's pull off with this one first. Of course, we'll get our commercials in there. We didn't want that. Let's go in here and grab and see wherever our settings are right on this. Okay, that's good. All right, and we are in, let's see, is that basement? No, we're in attic 2. Attic 2, you got to remember which Chromecast is which. Now, mind you, my projectors in this environment are 720p. As I told you, the projector I'm using right there is ViewSonic in 720p. I bought that brand new 720p. This is 720p CHRISTIE. And this projector would cost you on eBay somewhere around, you get it for $130, $160. And I'll step back so you can see how far my projector sits back from the environment. Of course, I got the softs over there. And this is using the gray technology we developed. And I told you the interesting thing about that gray technology, not only does it have the ability to produce images in well-lit environments, but it can pull amazing contrast levels that other gray screens can't do. We've done these demonstrations before. If you're curious to see that demonstration of the screen actually displaying the images outside, doing Tron, dark contrast, even the Starfield demonstration outside at only 1,000 lumens, 13 feet back, I'll post that below so you can check it out for yourself. And that's one of the tests that all our screen paints have to go through, is that 1,000 lumen test. So let's see, the screen cost me about $115. Screen paint would have cost me, if I was a customer, I was buying for myself, $89. And a projector would have cost me, if I bought it on eBay, and I paid $139 for it. Boom. No worry about having 1080p or 4K. No $1,500, $3,000 projectors. No $4,000 or $5,000 projection screens. None of that. And that's on a gray screen using our technology. Boom. I like the beat to this music. Let that play. Y'all enjoy that for a minute? I'm going to grab something. Now that court will paint up to a 120-inch screen. So that'll be the size of that monster right there. That's 126, but you get the gist of it all. Let's go over here real quick. Let's worry about something, a couple other demonstrations we did off of that one. Let me see. Video. Let me see. Now I painted this screen live, so you can see. I'll put that paint demonstration below so you can see it. Very easy to do. Actually, this company, I don't know what they make their PVC surface out of, but man, I only had to go over it one time and that was it. I was done. Now the silver, the one I have here, which is the silver ticket, I had to do that one twice because I said it had that kind of funny kind of PVC protective coating on it, which means it caused the paint to spread a little bit. So I had to do that one twice. But I told you, once you lay that first application on, let it dry, and then apply it again. And that's how it looks when you get done doing 2 applications on it, nice and smooth. And this is with a roller. I'm gonna do a demonstration of a half screen painted roller and half screen painted with the sprayer, and let you figure out which one's which. Now, let me show you this real quick. Over here, we're going to grab a So I'm glad to start a demonstration on that one. We get a commercial and always pop over on the other screen. Yep. Boom. We can pop over the screen while that one plays through. I never get used to this stuff. I never do. Okay, so we can bring it back over here. Okay. And there we are in the star field demonstration on the gray screen. Now keep in mind, you know the color of the screen we're using is kind of a grayish color. It's gray. All right, we'll block that real quick. So you can see my screen is gray compared to the black technology sitting right next to it that is gray. You see right here, and I told you screens pull that black, the gray technology, it has something other gray screens can't do. It can actually produce a higher contrast level than another gray screen. And I told you when you test out people who test out gray screens are not supposed to test it against a white screen. You're going to beat that hands down with no problem whatsoever. That's an easy demonstration. And then using a high caliber projector, which we have 1,000 lumen over there, they're not going to do that demonstration on a projector like this. You think they're going to do a demonstration on a Sony projector like this on one of their demonstrations for elite screens or any of the big companies? That's not going to happen. Matter of fact, they're not even going to use the projector I'm using right now in my demonstration. It's a 720p CHRISTIE. They're going to go to 4K, maybe 4,000, 5,000 lumen projector, but it's definitely going to be 4K. Now, as you can see, look at the surface right here. Look how dark it is, right? All right. What they should be doing, they should be testing their technology against other gray screens. Because if you base your technology off a white screen, anybody can beat a white screen. So I'm going to stick this right here in the middle of the screen. As a matter of fact, let's make it a little more interesting. Let's do it while the star goes playing. All gray screens. There you go. As somebody saw that demonstration, it was like, what the freak? Yeah, that's because they test their demonstrations, their high-end screens, against a white screen. Anything will beat a white screen. Heck, you go down to freaking Home Depot, get yourself some great primer, paint this out of a white screen. You're going to produce a higher contrast level. It's not going to be jet black, but you're going to produce a higher contrast level. You're going to produce better color, the whole 9 yards. Anything is going to beat a white screen. That's all to it. I wouldn't really base my technology off a white screen. That's why when we developed this technology, we were testing it against other gray screens like the Dark Star 9, the Matinee Black, these other forms of gray screens, because there's no point in me doing a gray screen versus a white screen, knowing that the gray screen is going to beat the white screen regardless when it comes to contrast. So when I said in those demonstrations to those people that were developing gray screen paint mixes, I was explaining, even for companies, I was explaining you should stop doing these demonstrations with your gray paint mixes or screens versus a white screen. That is cutting corners on so many levels, it's not even funny. You should be doing it against something a little harder. Test it against another gray screen. See which gray screen is going to be to produce the higher contrast, the better color. That's what you should be doing. But they want to test it on the white screen because that's the easiest way to go. I mean, come on now, real seriously. I mean, when you think about it, you honestly get down and think about it. I mean, only people are going to buy a white screen because it's cheap. That's it. There's nothing really going to get out of a white screen. It's just a cheap screen to have. That's it. I buy white screens because I'm painting over it anyway. Well, I'm going to spend the money for a gray or silver screen and spend a couple of grand when I can just get a cheap white screen and coat over top of it. So when I saw the demonstration, I saw them testing against the white screen. I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be a freaking cakewalk. If we develop our technology to go against other shades that are just as equal as it. You know what I mean? So that's the problem right there. Then when you basically test your technology constantly against high-end projectors, that's another bad thing to do. I tell you why, because not everybody's going to be at $5,000 for a projector. Half of those projectors they show in those demonstrations are about $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Only a certain class of people can relate to that. Now, if I take a projector, if they did a demonstration, say they come out and they do a demonstration against a gray screen, right? And they do a demonstration where, boom, their screen comes up, shows better contrast, shows better color. It looks all around incredible against another gray screen, right? And they show you the projector. Look, we're using this 720p outdated projector to get this image. They would sell screens like crazy because now you can appeal to people. Well, of course, if the screen's going to cost you a couple $1,000, I don't know about that. But then again, if you can show them that you don't have to have an expensive projector to do it, then people are going to flock to that. That's why, like I said, we started demonstrations off on these low projectors and then we move up. Let's go over here real quick. So we already know the contrast is not going to be there. Let's go with the Sony contrast. lay that perfectly flat. Here we go. Well, what would you be having fun about? To tell you the truth, I've done demonstrations that you couldn't even begin to think about. So where would you be having any fun at? Of course it looks good. You see my technology? There you go. That's where my screens sit. Nothing blocking. The only thing I got sitting against the windows is that big screen. But other than that, my screen's sitting fully lit environments. You haven't even seen that 135-inch sitting upstairs. Well, okay, that's a good way to put it. That's a cleaner way to put it. But that's a $4,000. That's a matter of fact, it's a $5,000 screen sitting in the middle of our gray screen. So this is how you have to test your technology. Can't do a gray screen. When I do gray screens, I have to do them against certified screens. If I can beat a certified screen, then pretty much everything else is a cakewalk. Here's the thing. Our screen, this screen paint right here is called a black silver. So the black silver is about $89 for a it's $89 for a quart. It paints up to a 120-inch screen. So you got a choice of a 100-inch or a 120-inch screen. It can be used outside on only 1,000 lumens at around 13 feet away, at around 6 o'clock in the evening. The problem you have with the gray screens are the fact that either they produce too much high contrast and the image doesn't show, it comes out dirty, or they produce basically too high of a white level and the image comes out faded. You have to be to get that just right in between. We figured out how to do that with gray technology. Black technology is easy. Gray technology, on the other hand, Short throw projectors, pretty much all of them are short throw compatible. It depends on what you're into. Some people like the high contrast levels. So high contrast levels, all my screens in the house are black because I'm in the contrast. I like this music. Oh, wait. The crow guy, where's he at? Crow watcher. Hey. You still here? Are you still here? Are you still here? I'm gonna need you to joke with you. Are you still here? I gotta show you something real quick. I'll show you something real quick. All right, okay. I'm only playing with you, man. I'm joking with you, man. Come on. I'm gonna show you something real quick. All right, look. This is not to be rude or disrespectful in any way. I don't want you to take this the wrong way, okay? All right, it's okay. Now, that's me eating. I eat everywhere in the house, literally. All right, so these are orders going out today, but this has nothing to do with it. I'm gonna show you something real quick. All right. Now, this is the stuff that we make, the gray technology, right? Let me bring you down to eye level so you can see this. I want you to see this. And this is no way, please people don't take it wrong, because some people get all a little upset over it and they start crying and whining. Just beat everybody chill. All right, now you see that color right there, right? See that strange color? This is the black silver technology. You see how weird that looks, right? All right, I'm gonna show you something real cool. Now, keep in mind, if we knew we were going to develop a gray screen paint, right? we had to make sure that all doubt was removed from anyone thinking that we're using his product. So this particular interesting coating has something interesting to it. It has the ability to read contrast, color, and everything else under the face of the sun. If you look at it, it doesn't look like it's an everyday normal form of product, does it? All right, it's not to put his product down in any way. It's not that kind of demonstration. We're not doing that, okay? Now, if you see his product, it is gray paint. That's what it is. Through and through, we can see it's gray paint, right? At the bottom of it, right? Yeah, at the bottom of our technology. But I'm gonna show you something really weird. If you were to open up his product, you can see it's gray, right? See how it's gray? All right, you can see where it's gray. No, don't speak too fast. I'm trying to tell you, trust me. Okay, see where this is gray, right? Now, we'll take some of this technology right here. And you look at that. It's gray, isn't it? Get you over in the light so you can see both of them side by side. Doesn't that look gray right there? See? Ours is gray. His is gray, right? But if you look at the outside of the containers, right? My container looks inside, looks gray, right? All right. Now just watch, just watch. I've done this before. People think it's a bit of a magic trick, but it's not. But if you take his, oops, I'm messing up my countertop with this mess. Me right here messing around. Let's close the top of it up. This is why I have no nice clothes. If you look at them, they're not both gray, buddy. Let me show you. Now you see it? Because our technology is designed to read light. Now, some people may think that they look at this thinking, okay, his is giving off a kind of strange color. It's not exactly look like it's gray, but it's gray. Now, some people may think that, okay, maybe he went in and he basically took the container, put a different form of paint inside of it, shook it up, let it dry, and then put gray paint inside of it to make the outside appearance look different, right? You know, I would think that too, but I'm gonna show you something here. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this product right here and I'm gonna pour it out, some of it. This is gonna go on my countertop, but I can clean my countertop off a little bit. See if I can get some of this paint to pour out of here. It's kind of thick. We can't get it out. Let me see what we can do here. Hold on for a minute. I want to get myself a spoon or something. It's bread thick when we make it. What do we got here we can use? Don't got any more spatulas. Use all those. See how much I love you people. I'm willing to damage my silverware for you all. But I gotta buy more anyway. This is silverware I had here for a while. I should have went out and bought new silverware. I'm not worrying about the countertop because that's all. This stuff is washable. I'm not worried about that. Pour some of that in there like so. All right, so you can see it's all gray, right? It's all gray, right? Let's get something to clean this off a little bit. I'm gonna leave that right there so you don't think I'm doing anything different. There we go. Leave the container there. So you're saying take the container anywhere. Just gonna wipe it off a bit with a rag. So watch this. There you go. Kind of interesting, isn't it? See, the chemical reacts to light. It's pretty interesting how it reacts. It'll look great just like his technology. Yeah, it's designed to mimic technology. That's what it's designed to do. So you saw when I showed you the container, they both look gray, right? Then I showed you when I poured it out, it was gray, right? It's gray. as you can see. But the minute I shake it, that's how it reacts to light now. Pretty interesting, isn't it? See, I figured out something when I was working with this kind of technology. I figured out how to design a technology that can pretty much reflect light. Nope, not the changing color paint either. So if you try to use that, the problem you have with that is that you'll pull up high red levels and yellow levels, and what will happen is you'll have an image that will produce too high of a red or a yellow. It's like taking, what's the word for it? But you could try it. I would love to see you do a demonstration and try it. If you would post it here, I would like to see that. But it's not going to work the way you think it is. So you have to understand that anytime I develop a technology, I have to test everything, which means every form of scenario that may make a company. I'm not dealing with crows and all that. I don't care about that. When I'm dealing with companies, corporations, that have people that can go out and do the research, that will buy every form of product they can get their hands on the face of the planet to come close to trying to matching my technology or figuring out how it was done. Those are the people that I have to deal with. So that means I have to do my homework, which means I have to test out all their screens, how they react, how they work on ultra short throw, long throw, how to react outside. All those demonstrations, these are things that you don't see every day that I'm testing out constantly all the time. Chalk paint, I've tested chalk paint. All the theories that I think people are going to try to use against my product, I test all those out. Even that color changing chameleon paint. Yes, I did it already. Tested all your stuff already. I have to. So anybody, like the whole theory when people first started thinking that, hey, the black screens we develop have to be everyday house black paint. Yeah, I remember that rumor was started. But we debunked that theory because I took a demonstration, painted one half of it black and one half of it with our technology and produced a white snowstorm, and our image produced a higher white level. Have to do all those tests. You think a company's going to come in and spend, give me like what, like 12 grand to sit there and go, hey, we're going to buy a bunch of your black paint. Not thinking that, you know, you just go to Home Depot and just buy black paint and do the exact same thing. Then they'll contact and call me back and says, well, it looked good in contrast levels. Well, yeah, any black level can produce a contrast level. But when I want to show white sceneries, it came out muddy and dirty. Because our screens can produce white light. So now, it's not a color changing chemical. It's giving the paint the ability to be able to read the projector. Much like when a projector hits a screen and the screen's gray, it doesn't make a difference how high the black level contrast capability on that projector. That screen can't read that black level because it doesn't have that capability. This technology does. So you could explain, not saying explain, that technology that was embedded. That's why we pulled the spray-on version. The spray-on version was the hot concentrated version of this. The spray-on version was actually 10 times more advanced, but it was pulled due to the fact that we found something in the spray-on version that could do something that no other screen could do, and it could take a direct hit from sunlight. That's why it was pulled. Because now the spray-on version of that technology is being reconstructed and converted into a higher, more advanced spray-on application for a lineup of outdoor projection screens, motorized projection screens, and fixed frame projection screens, which our companies invested money into building. Which means if this all works out perfectly the way I think it should, because the first test did take the direct hit, that means that we will have a screen that can sit outside at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and your kids can watch SpongeBob without the screen washing out or fading with no problem whatsoever. That brings tailgating parties to a whole nother level. So you're trying to figure out exactly where you're going to plug in that TV. You can just set up your projection screen or portable projection screen, throw your projector out there, and you're good to go. So no, it's not changing color technology. That's what you think it is. You think what it is, chameleon paint? No. Nope. Right back to gray. Look at that. Back to gray again. So how's that possible? Now it's back to gray. See, if it was color changing paint, then that means that the screen would have the ability to be able to change, right? Wouldn't the screen change? Watch this. You figure it out. Screen doesn't change. There's no reflection to it at all. See, that chameleon paint, the one you're talking about, it reflects. If you look at it at a different angle, it actually changes colors. The screen remains gray. No matter how you look at it, what angle it remains gray. So how is that possible? It's gray. It's a gray screen. See? Right up close. It's a gray screen. See, that chameleon paint, I've seen this stuff before. When you look at it in a container, it changes. When you spray it on a car, when you look at it, it's dry, it changes. When the car, different light hits it and angle hits it, it changes to different colors. If this was the chameleon paint as you thought it was, and like I said, good guess. Looks great to me. Good guess, right? But that's the product right there. It can change. It has ability to be able to change at will because it can read the projector. That's what it has the ability to do, to read the projector. It's not too far-fetched. It's actually, like I said, it can be done. It just takes time and research, that's all. But instead of worrying about the projector, I was more worried about the screen and what the screen has the ability to be able to read from the projector. So if you look at it, like I said, if you spray chameleon paint on the side of a vehicle, right, it's going to change. Every time you look at it, it's going to change. That's what it's designed to do. Now, if that was the same product, if I had sprayed this to the screen, anytime I had moved around in the environment, you would have seen the screen reflect and start changing the different colors. But it doesn't. It's gray. And if you look at it here, it's gray. But the minute light hits it, it changes because it can read light. That's the difference between our technology and Crow's technology. It's a lot of crazy research. That's all it is. I love doing that demonstration when I shake it up in the container. And it's fun. Then people accuse me of having magical powers. It's not so, people. It's not so. I do not have magical powers. And keep in mind, we consider this to be mid-level technology. This is considered to be high-end technology for us. This is mid-level. All right, let's grab something else real quick. Let's grab, then that one to death. Do not want to do that one again, ever again. And we're going to break out the 1,000 lumen projector because I'm itching to do that one. The 4,000 lumen projector is a little bit of an easy one to do, but the 1,000 lumen is the most fun to do. Oh, and the container that I showed you, what I poured the paint from, that container was actually in the video demonstration where this screen was painted at. Like I said, I'll post that at the bottom so you can check it out for yourself. But you see how the screen is picking up contrast. We don't test it on the Brookstone projectors. Brookstone projectors are 200 lumens, which means our screen paint has a certain requirements of lumens that we use on our screen paint. So when we basically test out our product, we have to test out what lumens are going to work best for our consumers. What basically works best with this particular screen paint is 600 lumens and up. So that's the boundaries where we're able to go as low as 600. We're not going to do 200 because it's not tested for 200. It's not designed for 200. That's why we have a specification sheet and on the website so you can see what basically will apply with the screen paint and what will not apply with the screen paint. All right, let me see. Did that one already? This is actually one of the coolest Crow boys I've ever talked to so far. thank you for showing respect in the room. I do appreciate that. I really do. Come back anytime. Like I told you, not all Pro Boys are bad. Some of them are very respectful, very nice. Yeah, some of them are not, some of them are pretty cool. Like I said, he's a cool dude. I also think the gray screen also works out well too, because some people may not be comfortable with the black technology, and some people with a more darker, more advanced technology we develop. Some people are still bonded by the old traditionals, which they like the gray screens, which we have no problem with that. But the problem with the gray screens is the fact that, like I said, contrast and color. And top of that, they don't do well in ambient light coating technology. But with this technology, you get the contrast. You're not going to get contrast. It's black. It's a black screen, but as you can see, the contrast is very, very good. Colors are going to pop. The screen's going to look absolutely amazing, and you're not going to worry about sacrificing a lot. And then the beautiful thing about it is, you don't have to spend the money for an expensive projector. Yep, painted over a white screen. All these screens are white. That's a silver ticket right there that was painted. That's a white screen. I forget what company this was. This was a generic company I went to. That right there is an Elite screen right there coated over. That's their new, whatchamacallit, their new edgeless screen coated over. Eon or Aeon, whatever screen's called. That's one of their screens, yeah. There'd be no point in going out and spending money for a $3,000 screen if I'm just going to paint over it. Just find the cheapest one they got and just paint over and be done with it. Just need the frame and the material. That's basically all I need. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pause here. So we're going to pause it right here. And I'm going to go get an adapter. We're going to hook up the 1,000 lumen projector next. Let's see if I can figure out where. We have an adapter for that. That's a lumen projector. Ooh, man, I want to throw my door now. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Where's my bag at? All my stuff. That doesn't work. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, good. All right, we got an adapter. All right, and we're going to run the SONY projector right now. Take this one off. It's a 4000. That's for a SONY projector right here. This one we're going to be using. This is the 1,000 lumen portable projector right there. You can get these on eBay for around $100, maybe less than that if you find a good merchant. You know, for like $60. It's a nice little projector to have. Nice little portable projector to have. And this is the adapter we'll be using right here. This adapter allows you to turn that VGA into HMI. Make sure when you buy these, they have that little sound port on the side, because without that, you won't be getting any sound at all through it. Because once you put this in here, overrides the VGA, any sound ports, or projector having the ability to produce out any sound, overrides all that from the door. So we can set this down, take the disconnect this to the back of this right here. And I'll remove the big boy CHRISTIE. Now this projector, the CHRISTIE is a WXGA 4000 lumen projector. Projector we're going to be using is SVGA 600 by 800 res, 720p at 1000 lumens. That's what we're going to be using. Sony BPL CS4. That's what I'm using in this demonstration. Let me get a power cord for this one. You take your own separate power cords. Don't take the big boy cords. They take the little small cords like this, like that, right there. I love this projector right here. I really do. Only problem is I can't run the PS4 and other gaming systems are compatible with that. They're not compatible with the whatchamacallit, with the little projector. Give a minute. It takes a while to warm up. It's an old projector. It was manufactured in 1999, so it's pretty old. Break this down a little more. Okay, should have. Focus. There's no focus. A little bit better. Now keep in mind, it doesn't do 16:9. This projector, like I said, it's old. It only does 4.3. That's it. That's the best it's going to be to do is 4.3 on it. That's it. There you go. So that's 1000 lumens, and there it is right there. So we went from 4000. Big old powerhouse XGA CHRISTIE projector, which is far more advanced than this projector right here, to our Sony projector of 1000 lumens, 720p, 600 by 800 res SVGA. Now, we've done this demonstration for those of you who are using those. I had a lot of people, those Sunbeam LG projectors that were around 1500 lumens. Some people had projectors 1000 lumens. People brought a few of those people had them Sony Bravo projectors. They're like 700 lumens, 900 lumens, 800 lumen projectors. See, that technology is designed to give you your projector so much of its performance. If someone had saw this projector on eBay, they wouldn't have looked twice to buy it. I'd buy it because I know exactly what it's going to look like on my screen. That's why I have a 720p projector sitting in my theater room. I could have went out and bought a 4K. I could have bought a 1080p projector. I bought a 720p projector because it's all I needed on this technology. Let's go with the, let's see. There's some black contrast levels in there. So you can see how the screen reads the projector. See how the colors stay nice and bright? Blues, reds, see the contrast pushes through the screen. That screen is actually reading the projector. No faded images, no washed out images. And it did the exact same demonstration, same projector, same feet outside. We thought this time around we market this one, we market at $89 because, you know, that's something that everybody can afford. Now this projector was 100 or 75. It was somewhere in that range, but it was low. I have another projector now. So I got a Mitsubishi projector, cost me $18. 800 lumens. That's all I paid for it. It was $18. Look how bright and beautiful the greens are. Okay. Nope, no cracking or peeling. I got screens that have been sitting outside. As a matter of fact, this screen right here was my outdoor screen right there. It was sitting on my deck for 1 year before I bought it in here. Upstairs, I got a motorized projection screen that I coated with the technology. It doesn't crack or peel. It's not designed to leave a layer. See, you're talking about, you're dealing with house paint. House paint will leave a layer on top of the screen. This technology is designed to bleed into the surface. That's why it's designed to knit itself in the surface. That's why when we do motorized projection screens, I did one yesterday. I have one in my office. Roll it up, roll it down, roll it up, roll it down. Not going to have that problem. Now, in order for the screen to produce nice bright colors like that, it has to be able to pull a contrast level. And I showed you that technology, like I said, how strange it looks. The screen's not reflecting like people think it is. It looks like a regular everyday gray screen, but it can read color, read contrast. Let me show you something even more impressive. Let's go pull this one up real quick. We're going to be quite impressed with this one. Now, the contrast level on this projector doesn't have one. There's no contrast level on this projector whatsoever. These were made to be basically projectors used for these are data projectors. They were used for basically if you're showing spreadsheets or presentations. That's what they were used for. They were never meant to be used for home theater. Now, if the person was asking the question, but I try to cover as much as I possibly can. This is what we're going to do. We're going to disconnect from here. All right. We're done here. I'm going to disconnect from this one. I'm taking you upstairs. The person was asking a question about the motorized projection screen. There's my the screen right there, sitting in its windows. We'll take a walk up the stairs real quick. Yeah, I'm kind of LED lighting the house. It's a bit of a personal project of mine. If you haven't seen this house with the lights out, it is freaking a carnival in here. I'm telling you, but I freaking love it. Anyway, these are also LED lights too. These are actually brighter than the light that I have in the ceiling, so I just use these now. All right, so here in the office, There it is, a motorized projection screen coated with our technology. Now this was a cheap projection screen I got off eBay for $68. That's it. I painted the screen about a couple of months ago. Turns off the light by itself. Here we go. Not one crack, not one peel. Imagine that. You can go out and get yourself a cheap motorized projection screen and coat it with the technology. See the difference between the black and our technology? Come over here. Got my Sony hooked up over here. And I use this one right in here when I want to watch movies, or, you know, sometimes I don't want to use this one. This is a 235. This is a 79-inch portrait mode, portrait projection screen. That is my customized work screen for work in here. I'm sure everything is wired up. And if you notice, in every place in my work environment, I have those veneer curtains. I like a lot of light in my environment. I do not like to be sitting in the dark. It drives me freaking crazy. So there's the motorized projection screen. So you can just coat just about anything you could possibly think of. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, I've done fixed frame screens, motorized projection screens. You can do any kind of screens. It can be rolled up, it can be manual. It doesn't really make a difference. I've done all forms of surface, cloth, whatever you want, you can think of. Now, keep in mind, if you are going to paint a cloth screen or a fabric screen, some form of outdoor screen, I do suggest that you don't have to prime it. When I say prime it, don't mean you have to. Put it this way: you're not priming it to make the screen look better. You're priming it so the material that is going to soak in the screen paint is going to dry evenly. So that's why you put on about 2 coats of everyday paint. It doesn't have to be primer, and all you're doing is allowing the screen to absorb in as much paint as possible, which it will. And then you just roll over to it, get a nice flat foundation, and then you paint over with our stuff. That's it. It's just basically so you don't have to basically have uneven spots in your screen because one part's soaked in more and one part soaked in less. That's all it's for. Now, we do advise you not to paint stucco or any form. If you could take your fingers and they're bouncing when they're coming down the screen, that might not be a surface you want to paint on, because that will disrupt your picture quality. So there's a motorized right there, as you can see. Easy to do. I've done a few demonstrations on the motorized screens. Now, the motorized screens, with those, all you want to do is when you put your frog tape around the screen, you want to have it 1 inch away from the physical screen itself, and that's it. And just roll it in. That's it, and you're done. I've done a couple of those right there. All right, so take that one off right there. And then come over this one. I love showing this one off. People understand, can't figure out why is your projector sitting on its side? Because I'm using portrait mode on my work screen. So this is my work screen right there. It's easier for me to read documents and in portrait mode. The other setting, I don't play well by it too much, but I'm telling you, before you actually make this a project you want to do for basically for your office and stuff, I would suggest you do portrait mode first for about a week and see if you like it. And if you really like it and it kicks for you, then you go and you can actually build your own portrait mode projection screen. you know, because, you know, there's no way in the world for me to turn this thing around. It's up there, it's up there. That's it. Call that dedicated portrait mode. That's pretty much where you're at. So this is my office setup in here. Let me turn to the side, make sure I ain't got nothing on here you're supposed to see. Yeah, I'm talking about my business stuff, man. Come out of the gutter. The only screens we have in here, like I said, security monitors. They're the only ones. I use TVs for the security monitors or so. I'll show you my page. There you go. You see it for yourself. And there you go. That is my 79-inch portrait projection screen. Really easy to do. I suggest if you're going to do this, do it with a CHRISTIE projector, because any other projector I have in here will not be able to do this. I mean, keep in mind, the CHRISTIE projectors, the side of them, as I said before, I've done this, I'll say it over again. The heat comes out of the front out of a CHRISTIE projector right here. The top part, those are just filters. The bottom area where the projector is sitting on right now is just the handle. There's nothing there. Now, when you tilt it up, all you got to do is put your screen in portrait mode and then go over to your CHRISTIE projector and just basically you want to mess with the corner keystone and keystone, and that's it. And it just pops right in place. So that's that little setup right there. Turn this one off because I'm not in here using it, so I'm just having it on. And then we have, and you notice, like I said, I walk through my environments, they're all well lit. This is the game room for having fun. And here, this is my main screen that I play on the most. Well, I really don't play that many games when I have time to, but this is where the PS4 is running through. So, put our lights on in here. A chair, like I said. And this is the console. This is the console. Well, actually, it's a projection screen painted on the wall. I kind of built the console around it, and it's actually a joystick holder for my joystick. Let me see if I got anything running through this that I can actually fire this one up. Let me see. I think I've got the Xbox running on here. I got the Xbox running on this one. See if it's running the SD jack. And if I adjust it, because I had to move this thing around a bit. So let me see, we gotta go adjusting this. Go. When I told you that I have crows outside my house, I'm not joking. No, they come down here in groups. I mean, huge freaking groups. Wait, this has got to be the, hold on for a minute. Let me see if I got it hooked up already. I might have it hooked up. It might be running, I'm not sure. Yeah. Shut up. You see him? The big crow? There he is, right there. Told you. Hey! No. Somebody thought I was actually busting on the guy. I was like, no, literally, I have crows outside my house. Like a bunch of them. Let me see if this is even hooked up. Nope, I don't even have it hooked up. Hold on for a minute. In fact, this is supposed to be the GameCube running through this, but I don't have the GameCube running through right now. I don't think I have it hooked up correctly. Let me see if I can bring up the Xbox. See if one of those are all running. There we go. Xbox is running. GameCube runs too. I have to figure out exactly what I'm actually doing with that one wrong. And where is the massive giant bread controller? There we go. So the screen is actually painted on the wall, and the arcade machine, giant arcade machine, is actually built around the screen. All this glows in the dark when the LED lights come on. All this nuclear stuff all over it, yeah, there's nuclear paint splashed all over this, so all this glows in the dark. So I got to go in, I got to wire in the speakers because I have speakers there. These are speakers right there, and then these are the speakers that actually go to this one right here. But this is actually going to be running, I've got to put a swap out box here because this is going to run the GameCube, which I have Luigi's Mansion and all that stuff hooked up to that. I have the Dreamcast, I have the Xbox, and I have the PS1. I have to set all that stuff up. So I thought it'd be cool, instead of basically just having on the wall with the screen, I'll just build me an arcade screen, an arcade stand around the screen. And that's what I've been doing. I've been building this arcade screen around it. And right there, see the joystick in there? That's the holder for the joystick. So if I don't want to have it on my lap, I can just stick it right in there and it fits in there just perfectly. This is all made out of cardboard. It's made out of some of the shipping boxes and cardboard and just any other thing I could find around the house. And this is what I've ordered a few things off. Ordered a few things off of Amazon, the stickers and stuff, and voila, there you go. So I'm saying, you could do so much with this technology. You know, so much you could build and design with it. Got to think outside the box on what you can do with it. I had some of the coolest things I've seen. There was a fellow who actually had a city skyline stretched across his wall, and the projection screen was made out of a billboard, which I thought was freaking cool. I've seen some pretty cool stuff. I've seen one guy who had a screen protruding on the wall, and he had these two naked ladies holding the screen up on each side. Oh, it's freaking crazy, some of the stuff I've seen people do with this stuff. Thank you. I like that, man. Thank you. So that right there, you can see it right there. I can't figure out why GameCube is not running, and it should. Let me see if I got it running with all the wires and everything. That's all running through there. And that's all running through here. Let me see what we got going on here. Okay, got the adapters all running correctly. There's no S video jacks running through it. Let me see, I got it through, let's see. Input video, no detection. That might be something on my end I'm doing wrong. I'll be back here for a minute. See if I got everything connected correctly. Put some together. Yep, video feed running through video feed. Everything's running through what's supposed to run through. S video jack is running through with no problem. I don't know. What could have went wrong? Let me go check through the selection real quick and see what comes up. So I'm gonna have to figure out exactly why it's not detecting. All right, I'll figure it out later on. I probably don't have connected right. Ah, all right, that would explain it. All right, short trip to insanity. That explains a lot right there. I never connected the adapter in the back of the freaking GameCube. Yeah, that works. So there we go. So that's Luigi's Mansion. Mario. Yeah. Somebody call me right now. I'm for work. And there's the big boy right here. And then I haven't figured out what I'm gonna do with this screen yet. This one over here, I haven't figured out what I'm gonna do with that one yet. I'm gonna hook up to that yet. I'm not sure. This projector behind me, this is the CHRISTIE 505. That's the big boy. That projector actually has picture-in-picture, so I can pretty much run my Xbox X Series on one picture right here at the bottom, or I could run my my PS5 here, so I can switch back and forth, or I can basically blow them up side by side, have a big screen here, a big screen here, or one here, one here. So I'm gonna hook both of them up to that one right there. Okay, my. It's not fucking peeling, blah 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 blah. Yeah, right, buddy. Mm-hmm. Nice try. Just show kind of like how I said, we get the different crow boys we get up from time to time. So he's trying to say that our screen paint cracked and peeled, but yet I just got finished showing you a demonstration on a motorized projection screen going up and down with the screen. All right, I think they come in late and they really do miss stuff. Like, I mean, rewind the video before you start putting in dumb nonsense. Wow. Just show the demonstration of the projector. Never mind. Let's move on. Now you gotta entertain that one. I'm pretty sure, and it's funny because when I go check my videos, people think that, okay, I get discouraged because I get a lot of dislikes on my videos. Don't care about that. That doesn't bother me. I just know there's people that are jealous of my work. That's all too when it comes down to it at the end of the day. Sorry, people who don't like what I do for a living, but, you know, either you need to step up your game and make a better product, or basically just get out of the game. That's all to it. But it's not going to stop me from basically producing and making better screen paints. You know what I mean? So everybody can to enjoy them. But yeah, nice one. Mm-hmm. Which one? The outside cloth? It's actually very easy to do with our technology. I've done a lot of paint on demonstration. If you go and check my channel, you will see a lot of I do a lot of paint on demonstrations. I did this demonstration to paint the screen on live. But yeah, if you go check my channel, I do a lot of demonstrations, paint on demonstrations. As a matter of fact, I did the driveway outdoor projection screen. That one was painted live. Actually, I did the priming live, and I did the paint on live, and then I did the demonstration outside live. But yeah, very easy to do. No problem, no problem. You have a good one. All right, so I just got contacted by the driver Friday. Well, that's perfect because that's what I marked the shipping dates. Those of you who received tracking numbers, actually everybody received tracking numbers. Just everybody got tracking numbers today, so you're good. If you look on your tracking information, it says Friday. Driver will be here on Friday to pick up all the items. So if you're going to place an order, or actually tell you the truth, you may not be to place an order right away. You might have to wait till the next ship out date due to the fact that we have completed our containers. We only have 2 containers left, and whoever orders a 2-quart or a 1-quart, you'll be going out on Friday. Once those 2 containers are gone, we got to reorder again. Now, the good thing about ordering containers, I get them from a place called Uline. Uline is actually stationed over in Allentown. I'm in Philadelphia. They have 1-day shipping, which means we'll have the containers in. The only thing is we won't have them in time for you to be able to have your order shipped out on Friday. So when the driver comes down, I will see if she can fit something in for maybe Monday or Tuesday. I'll pay her a little extra for going out of her way. So now we're jumped over on the big screen over here. I'll get that when the video's over. Reason why people say, how come you don't answer calls in the middle of videos? I don't put people's private information out there like that. You don't do that. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Shaun the Sheep. I watch Shaun the Sheep. Don't hate on that. I like that show. Shaun the Sheep. Let me see. Nope, didn't pre-order it. Couldn't pre-order it. Nobody could pre-order it at that particular time. When I decided to go in and pre-order, nobody could pre-order it. It was sold out. I'm in no rush. I'm in no rush to get it. It'll be here when they make them available for everybody to get them. It ain't like I'm gonna die if I don't get one. Don't make a difference. I'm still got my PS4, which I'm happy with. When the system comes out and it's available for everybody to get, especially when they get rid of any bugs and problems it may have. Because we all know, anyone's ever did a console launch before has been through that one before, and I've been through plenty of them. But I got plenty of time. I can wait until next summer to get one. Doesn't really make a difference to me. But nope, didn't pre-order. Didn't pre-order none of that. Matter of fact, those you pre-order, you may not be happy. You might want to look up some information first, because there's been talk that people even pre-order the machine may not get it on time. They may not get them. So keep in mind, shipping is not the greatest in 2020. You know what I mean? So I've been blessed to have all my items in the house, things I needed for work. I've been blessed to have all my stuff, on time here to do what I need to do. But there's somebody who's been saying that bottom line is it could be a possibility. Could be, not saying it could be, but it could be a possibility. They may have some problems getting these items where they need to go, which I hope not. Because if I pre-ordered, I would expect to get my machine. So I hope not. But like I said, when it comes out, I'll grab one. Besides, I'm more interested, I'm telling you something, I'm not interested in the PS5 right now. I'm interested in the X series because of Fable. That's what I'm interested in. That's why I got the big comfy chair. Bam! Because I'm going to be sitting here playing Fable for hours, man. I love Fable, man. You have no idea how much I love Fable, man. I love Fable so much. I finished every version of Fable. Part 3 I didn't like too much. It was okay. Just got rich too quick, too fast. In part 2, you had to struggle, man. I like the whole thing about her and her sister being taken to the castle, and her sister gets killed. And, you got to seek revenge. Man, I'm telling you, Fable 2. You ever play a game that was so good that when you finished it, it took a part of you with it? That kind of game. I love Fable, man. That's why I'm going to buy the X series just for that game. Right now, the lineup for the PS5. I don't really care for it too much, but I'm pretty sure they're going to come with some games that are pretty much going to interest me. And I got to have the PS5 anyway because of the VR glasses. I'm a big fan of their VR technology. So, yeah. It's the only VR that doesn't make me want to throw up or turn into a human fountain at the end of the day. So I can do that. Why don't you get the Oculus Rift? No. That game, those VRs don't play well by me. At all. I actually like going to Dave & Buster's and watch people get drunk, literally get drunk, eat a whole bunch of food, and then stick those VR glasses on at Dave & Buster's, and then start jumping around in that bad boy, and then in the day, turn to a human fountain. Yeah, Red Dead. Yeah, a lot of games like that, man, that just take a part of you. Yeah, those are good games, man. You just got to sit down and just look at the machine. Every Grand Theft Auto I've ever played, man, did that for me, man. Every Grand Theft Auto, especially Vice City. Vice City was good, man. That was a good game. It really was. Yeah. Curious how they're going to do Grand Theft Auto this time. Curiosity. I'm thinking about it. How would you think Grand Theft Auto would be if they set it in the medieval days? I mean, you gotta kind of think about it. They already did Redemption, whatever. I can't pronounce it correctly. I do apologize about that. They did that in the Wild West. I would love to see something in medieval times. I really would like to see some medieval times. I'm a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. I freaking love Assassin's Creed. I got on Assassin's Creed kind of late. I did. Really late. But then once that bug hit me, I was downloading all of them, man. Black Flag, I didn't like too much. I wasn't a big fan of Black Flag too much. The rest of them, I freaking love them. All right, people. Let me see. We're going to go back downstairs and got my lights here, right there. Make sure everything is off. We're going down the stairs. Got our lights off and everything. We're good up here. All right. I love the staircase. Yeah, they change from time to time. Oh well. Well, we got everybody's orders done. I got two. Oh, actually, I got one container. I'm sorry, not two. One container because we got a fellow over in New York City. We're shipping him up paint today on Friday too. Man, I got to get on Uline. I got to order more containers. All right, so let me get everybody else taken care of. I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you all for your time. For the curl boy you came in, thank you, man. I mean, it's always a pleasure to have a curl boy that comes in and basically just be just a real good guy that's all together. You know what I mean? Like I said, not all curl boys are bad. They're not. We have some that come in. They're pretty cool. Anyway, I got to go. Thank you all. Be safe out there. God bless.